Hey everybody, Scout Crafter here again. Have a really nice little restoration, very easy restoration, quick one. Let's get to it. Billings and Spencer bicycle wrench. Now in 1869, Billings and Spencer, who were both firearms machinists, formed a company, the Billings and Spencer Tool Company, and they started putting out some tools and things like that after the Civil War. This was one of the early tools from, this is patented 1879, and this is a Billings pocket wrench, they called it. They had many variations of it, but this thing was really a well-made wrench, made from Norwegian bar stock and case hardened. This thing they made by the thousands, and as a testament to how good this wrench is, there's still thousands of them around. So let's take a look at the one we're going to restore now. What's so nice about this wrench here, if you look at the lines, especially by the jaws, you could see that it's hasn't been abused. A lot of these, even though this overhangs a little bit as designed, that you could use it to tap something, it wasn't mangled or bent up. They came nickel plated, they came different size styles. This one here has the original black enameled finish that they had on some wrenches. Is only 3 pieces to the wrench, and that is a top jaw that slides within. It's threaded, and it has a little captive nut here, knurled, that allows you to adjust the size of the wrench. Now the wrench is about 4.5 inches long, but surprisingly this opens up to about 1.5 inches as far as what kind of capacity it takes. And you can see here, we're going to take a look at the threading. And again, if you notice, that's an Acme thread on there, not a cheap thread. Very well made. These, again, they're forging, from doing the firearms, they were very good at forging. Here you can see the little captive nut here. And let's get started. This is going to be real easy. But as you know, we start off first with the wire brush. Now, I bought one of these wrenches years ago, and I did this. This is all I did to it, was just do the wire brush on it, and I still have that in my drawer. But with this one, I wanted to do something a little bit special. I really like this wrench, and I think it had beautiful lines and real testament to the way things were built years ago. Well, we spent 10 minutes on the wire wheel, and you could see now, if you were just going to use this as a user, and you want to throw it in your toolbox, this is all you'd have to do, and then protect it somehow. You'd have to put some kind of coating on there that it wouldn't rust, but this wrench would work perfectly just the way it is. Now, you could see here, like I was talking about the jaws, the squareness of them. That's what you have to watch a lot of times when you're buying these. But now we're going to take, as a tribute to Mr. Billings, who invented this wrench, I'm going to take this over to the buffer and see if we can't get this, do one step better. Now, when I first took it over to the buffer, it was evident that I needed to take the scratches out, so I took it to the belt sander. And if you look here, you'll see me put a stick behind, that's called a platen, behind the belt. You'll see me put a little stick behind it, and that's because the belt, when it runs over a flat surface, will always leave a convex, an untouched area in the middle. So you have to do that. Then I buffed everything out with different grades of buffing compound, and got most of the scratches out, and trying to keep the fingerprints to a low, and it came out pretty good. Okay, we are finished, and I will have to go out on a limb and say I think I have to use the white gloves to stop the fingerprints. I think this is one of the nicest Billings Model A's on my block. I'll have to go out on a limb and say that. As you can see, like I said, it turned out very nicely. We had to take it over to the belt sander only because the grind marks from the Billings factory were too much to buff out, so we had to buff them out first. But it works great. It just works as smooth as butter. These things are just a beautiful little wrench. Billings Model A restored. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this quick one. Take care. Have a nice day, everyone.